Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Cook, Russell, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Gasly, Ocon, Magnussen, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Tsunoda, Joe, Albon, De Vries, Richard Verschoor, and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. Anthony Davidson is with me once again to take you through today's action. And we have plenty of twists and turns to come over the next hour or so, I'm sure. Why don't we start by talking about Carlos Sainz?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? One more thing to consider is the strategy element. How far can the drivers push these tyres, and who's going to blink first for fresh rubber? It'll be interesting to see if the leaders have to compromise their plan to cover off the cars behind them.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
We're under the lights once again here in Qatar. Last year we took a year off due to a small footballing tournament that was being hosted, but it's all excitement on the track now. We're back here in Losail for a track that's 3.34 miles long. There are 16 turns around its unique three-prong shape and just a single DRS zone out of turn 16. It's fast and it's flowing, and there's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS down the long straight and into turn 1. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Norris, Verstappen, Perez, Russell, Gasly, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Magnussen, Cook, Stroll, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Joe, Albon, Tsunoda, De Vries, Sargent, and Richard Verschoor. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
And under the desert night sky, they win the Qatar Grand Prix. And what a performance it was. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.